It's time for another WrestlePlanet news update as we take a look at what was stolen during the WWE Thunderdome robbery earlier this month. Samoa Joe has made his WWE return, and is Paul Wight set to wrestle a match in All Elite Wrestling? All that and more coming up in today's video, but first... Steve Cutler was released from WWE in May of this year after testing positive for COVID-19 after attending a New Year's Eve party. This reportedly soured his relationship with Vince McMahon, which led to his ultimate dismissal. It has been confirmed that Cutler will now be debuting for Impact Wrestling under a new name, Steve Macklin, and is scheduled to appear this Thursday on the next episode of Impact. His signing was confirmed a few weeks ago when a vignette aired, and he will step into the ring for the first time on Thursday against a currently unknown opponent. Elsewhere on the show, we will see the fallout from Against All Odds after Impact World Champion Kenny Omega defeated Moose before getting attacked by his next title challenger Sami Callihan. Sami was then subsequently fired by Don Callis, although Callihan has vowed to show up on Thursday despite this. Former TNA commentator and on-air personality Don West has received some bad news after revealing the reason he has been on hiatus from his radio show. West sent out a letter this week and revealed, "Many of you have wondered where I have been and why the show is on hiatus, so I want to share this news directly with you. I have been diagnosed with brain lymphoma and will begin immediate treatment." Unfortunately, brain lymphoma is a rare type of cancer that starts in the tissues of the brain and spinal cord. Don has said that he hopes to receive chemotherapy treatment which will help him heal faster in order to get back on the airways as soon as possible. West worked for TNA for 10 years from 2002 all the way up until 2012. He then returned to the company in 2017 in the merchandise department and did guest commentary at Slammiversary that year. Hopefully Don West will have some better news for us soon, and we wish him all the best in his recovery. Renee Paquette and her husband Jon Moxley have announced the birth of their first child, Nora. Paquette made the announcement on Twitter and said, "Baby girl is officially here, so I'm checking out and becoming a mom. She's absolutely incredible. I have a bunch of guest hosts lined up for you guys, and I started with none other than my baby daddy, cool dude husband, Jon Moxley." The news of her pregnancy has been known since November when Moxley mentioned it out of nowhere when cutting a promo on Kenny Omega in the build-up to their Winter is Coming title match in December. The pair have been married since 2017 when they both worked for WWE, with the two now having departed from the company. Renee and Jon's former employer gave their congratulations on Twitter, but failed to mention the former Dean Ambrose. WWE tweeted, "A big congratulations to the one and only Renee Paquette on the birth of her baby girl." Obviously, Moxley, who wrestled in WWE as Dean Ambrose, is now one of the top names in a rival promotion, AEW. Whilst many will be critical of this, it's easy to see why WWE's social media manager left his name out. Had they tagged Moxley, it could well have been their last tweet on the job, and it's just not worth the risk. It's highly unlikely that this was a direct order, more of a judgment call. Either way, congratulations to the awesome couple. A few weeks ago, Jon Moxley went on hiatus from AEW as the due date drew closer, and it's currently unknown how long he will be out of action, but when he does return, full crowds will be back, so I look forward to that pop. Hopefully when he does come back, he takes out that no good Kenny Omega. Earlier this month, the University of South Florida Police Department revealed details of a robbery in the WWE Thunderdome, asking the public to help identify the individual involved in the incident. One of the items stolen has now been revealed, with the reigning WWE United States Champion Sheamus tweeting, "A lovely fella stole my cross on camera below. I'd appreciate it if you internet sleuths could track it down and return it via details below. Ringside seats reward when we return to your town, and many beers." On top of this, fans have speculated that the thief also managed to get hold of a title belt, with the police photo seemingly showing either the NXT North American title or one of the Raw Tag Team titles. It seems nobody has managed to identify the culprit just yet, and it's currently unknown if the police have any leads. Hopefully the items can be recovered at some point. Last night on NXT, Samoa Joe made his return to the brand after much speculation, and as we predicted 2 days ago, he returned as the enforcer to the general manager William Regal. In the segment, NXT champion Karrion Kross spoke down to Regal, stating that he now controls the black and gold brand. Samoa Joe then interrupted the exchange before Regal offered him the role of general manager. Joe then turned down the offer before talking of his respect for his former boss. Joe then countered, stating that he will ensure the roster shows Regal that same respect, with Regal accepting under certain conditions. He cannot be a competitor and he cannot lay a hand on anyone unless provoked. Later in the night, these rules were tested when Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole clashed backstage. The new enforcer got between them before Cole pushed him out of the way. This triggered the unless provoked clause, leading to Joe locking Cole in a clutch, forcing him to pass out. Cole and O'Reilly are now set to go one-on-one at the NXT Great American Bash special. And by the way, I absolutely love this booking of Joe, and it showcases him as a man not to be messed with. I hope one day we will see him back in the ring, but for now, this is the perfect role for him. And quickly before we continue, make sure you scroll down and hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos as we head towards 20,000 subscribers. But now you've done that, let's get on with the video. In a recent Forbes AEW article, it seems to confirm the in-ring return of a certain Paul Wight. The former Big Show can be seen in a photo embedded in the article dressed in brand new ring gear. Rather than a suit, which is what he usually wears in AEW due to his commentary duties, Wight can be seen in a brand new wrestling attire. In terms of when this photo was taken, Hikaru Shida is holding the women's title, so it was taken sometime before Double or Nothing 2021. This seems to suggest that he could be close to an in-ring return sometime soon, with him having gear ready to go. Otherwise, why wouldn't he be wearing a suit? If we go back to the statement released by Tony Khan when Wight signed for AEW in February, the president of the company said, "He wanted to come to AEW because he believes that we're the best promotion in wrestling, and we believe that he has a lot to offer us, both in the ring as a wrestler and also outside the ring as a commentator, host and ambassador for AEW." Not only that, but the man himself has spoke of his itch to get back in the ring when he told Busted Open Radio, "Itch, man, I need to dump myself in a vat of cortisone, I've got the itch so bad." I'm all for a Big Show match or two, as long as he's kept as a special attraction to help elevate some of the younger talent. I'm not interested in seeing Paul Wight versus Chris Jericho, Paul Wight versus Christian Cage, and stuff like that, but he could do wonders for some of the younger, bigger guys like Wardlow, Miro, and Luchasaurus. And let's not forget the one that we're all waiting for, Marco Stunt versus Paul Wight. But let me know what you think of a Paul Wight in-ring return in the comments down below. And before you go, why not check out my video where I talk about 10 cancelled AEW plans that we never got to see.